tribe's always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Blistering. Big time. Bomper Bonker's busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Let's see. You have a chance to change the future for good or bad. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. Ooh-wee, that's biohazard. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the... Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still... But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is He hopes you remember that one time he taught you to He understands history made Loopa Loopin a big... You still believe there's some good in everyone. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo encourages that. You should forgive, but never forget.
Come toward the light.
Slow down.
When you see what you want.
Well, what about being...
Poppycock.
Hard to believe the world is actually going to... Grateful to you for coming back and doing your... Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. But that's not him. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present. And where you go, he can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone. So you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. That's what he decided to call it after he saw it for the first time. It's big. This could be the beginning of the end of everything. Bolted shut. Need the right key. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that they can carry you anywhere you like. Well, anywhere that they go to, and then you can leg it from there. You're on the right track. Your destiny waits on the path you'll take to avoid it. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. That's the leftover you're looking for. Some of the beasts who live here have never seen day. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a gathering net, but no armor. nor enough oxygen supply. He made a suction device so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the Jumbo Puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. Eyes on the road, or whatever's ahead. The Grease Monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. Imagine that. You could just go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. Nice shot. Little lives here. Ready to ride. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to.
Pode ser. Inmo. Tiava.
Let's see. This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must. Says a monster hunter hears many. Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to choosing what to kill and what to spare. You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that it's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss. When it comes to monsters, says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back. Wonders why you work so hard to keep things alive. Bullet says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights and they keep putting up new ones. Says they keep the monsters away. He needs them closer, not far. But enough of that, right? He says the wildlife, nature, he's not sure about their veggie diet anymore. Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short. Says he's not sure, but if your Moog says you must learn to walk, but fortunately for you, he can help. There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes. Thinks you have bigger issues than your so-called haunting skills if you're going to... Moog says you should go hunt... You're the scrap monster now. Wait, it's the scrip hole-up. Place is just filled with critters. Don't waste too much energy. Not opening for you. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. Amazed the net worked. You need to line up the switches so they match. Netted a critter. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Days wasting. Get to work while you can. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. It's not his cleanest invention so far, but it gets the job done. Use it to suck up gooey oil puddles in the Mekton's way so you can pass. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now. Otherwise, he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. It's already quite sturdy, but upgrading it will greatly improve your chances of victory. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Wishes you would just give up and let the world burn. Says daytime is the right time to didn't have much else to say. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Says you'll see